Our next topic is soil classification. Soil classification is done to sort the soils in groups which show similar properties. So we make a generalized classification if it is a coarse grained soil or a fine grained soil, or what kind of coarse grained soil it is. And if we go to some specific site, then we have to further study the soil before doing any construction work. It is only a generalized classification. So coarse grained soils are classified based upon the grain size distribution, whereas the fine grained soils are classified based upon their plasticity index and liquid limit mostly. So these are some of the, as per the requirements, different government agencies developed their own classification systems. So these are some of them. That is, first is Unified Soil Classification System, and then American Association of State Highway and Transport official system, that is known as ASTHO, and Indian Standard Soil Classification System, that is given by Bureau of Indian Standards, which is used in India. And it is mostly taken from the Unified Soil Classification System, but there are some variations, so we'll see them. First is a Unified Soil Classification System. It was given by Casa Grande, and it was developed for the airfields, and later it was modified for embankments and other uses also. So the soils are classified in four major groups, that is coarse grained, fine grained, organic soils and peat. And the classification is based upon the, for coarse grained, it is based upon the grain size distribution. So we do the sieve analysis and we check for the 75 micron sieve. If the percentage of particles retained on 75 micron sieve is greater than 50%, then it is a coarse grained soil, and if it is less than 50%, then it is fine grained soil. And coarse grained soil is further classified as well graded or poorly graded. These things are same in the Indian classification system also, so we'll study it there in detail. And so for the fine grained soils, plasticity chart is used, so this I want to introduce here. And so the plasticity chart is the chart between the liquid limit and the plasticity index. So x-axis shows here the liquid limit and y-axis shows the liquid plasticity index, and this line is known as A line. An equation is denoted as IP is equal to 0.73 WL minus 20. And so there is a, what is the difference between Indian classification system and unified classification system is that this vertical line which divides the soil as high compressible and low compressible, it is there, one single division is there in the unified classification system, whereas for Indian classification system this line is further divided as low compressibility and then intermediate compressibility and then high compressibility. So this will just cover in the Indian standard soil classification system. So the ASTO classification is mostly used for the highway design, and as the name itself, it is developed by the American Association of State Highway and Transportation officials. So they devised it for the classification of subgrade material in the design of pavements and highways. So the soils are classified into 8 groups, and based upon that, 1 to 7 are normal, and A8 is a peat or muck. So these are the classifications, and these soils are classified based upon the group index. So group index is given as the 0.2 A plus 0.005 AC plus 0.01 BD. Now what are the ABCDs here? So A is the percentage passing 75 micron. which is greater than 35 and less than 75. So I can say if percentage passing 75 micron is x, so the value of A will be x minus 35. Now this value of A should lie between 0 to 40 because it cannot, this value cannot be greater than 75, so minimum it can be 35. And so this value, if it is 35, so it will come out to be 0, or if it is 75, so it will come out to be 40. It cannot go below this and above this. And similarly, B is the percentage passing 75 micron such that it is greater than 15 and less than 55. So in this case, if percentage passing 75 micron is x, so we can write it as x minus 15. So B is also between 0 to 40. C is the liquid limit such that it is greater than 40 and less than 60. So value of C will be equal to liquid limit minus 40, and C will lie between 0 to 20. Similarly, D is equal to the plasticity index and its value is greater than 10 and less than 30. So D will be equal to Pi minus 10, and D is also between 0 to 20. So the value of group index is between 0 to 20. So 20 is the maximum value and 0 is the minimum value. It cannot go below 0. So if G comes out to be negative, we report it as 0. So if a soil shows 0 value of GI, it is a best pavement material. According to this classification, and as the value increases, the quality of soil decreases. So the value of 20 will mean that it is a worst material. So that was it for the ASTHO classification. Now we move to the Indian standard soil classification system. So in this case, soils are divided into three major groups. So first is coarse grained, second is fine grained, and third is organic, which we term as peat. So how do we divide coarse grain, fine grain? It is again based upon the sieve analysis first. So we check for the 75 micron sieve. If percentage retained on 75 micron is greater than 50, it is coarse grained, and if percentage retained on 75 micron is less than 50, it is fine grained. Now let's see for each one by one. So for coarse grained soil first. So if percentage passing, percentage retained 75 micron is greater than 50%, so it is a coarse grain. Now after this, what we check it again for 4.75 mm sieve. So if on 4.75 mm percentage retained is greater than 50, then it is gravel, and percentage retained on 4.75 mm is less than 50, then it is sand. Now after deciding gravel and sand, we some parameters as we defined earlier in the index properties were uniform coefficient of uniformity and coefficient of curvature. So if we are talking about gravels, so if percentage retained is now there uh, now if we come to gravel and percentage retained is greater than 50, so it is gravel. Then one more thing we will see, that what is the percentage of fines in this sample. If it is less than 5%, that is our first case. So if it is less than 5%, then it can be classified as well graded gravel or poorly graded gravel. So it will depend upon these parameters: coefficient of uniformity if it is greater than 4, and coefficient of curvature if it is between 1 and 3. So it is well graded gravel. And if it is below, if any of these two conditions are not satisfied, then it is poorly graded gravel. And similarly for sand also we can say that first we see on the 4.75 mm sieve, if percentage retained on this sieve is less than 50%, then it is sand. And then we'll check for the percentage of fines. If that percentage is less than 5%, then similarly though these two classifications are possible, that is well graded sand and poorly graded sand. So if Cu is greater than 6 and Cc is between 1 and 3, it is a well graded sand, or if it is not satisfying this condition, it is a poorly graded sand. After that, next comes that the fines are between 5 to 12%. So in this case we have to use boundary, uh, that is dual symbols. So if fines are 5 to 12%, and let's see, let's suppose if we found that it is a well graded gravel, now we'll have to see the nature of fines. Now if fines are clay in nature, so we'll say it is GWGC. It means that it is a well graded gravel with clay fines. And similarly if it is poorly graded gravel, so we can say poorly graded gravel with clayey fines. If the fines are of silty nature, then we can say well graded gravel with silty fine, or poorly graded gravels with silty fines. Similarly we can say same things for sand also, that well graded sand with silty clayey fines, or poorly graded sand with clayey fines, and same for silt. After that, if the fines are greater than 12%, then it will be, then one more thing we have to check, that is the plasticity index. If the fines are coming greater than 12%, so the properties of fines will also affect the classification. So we'll check for the plasticity index, and if the plasticity index is less than 4%, then we can say, if the fines are of silty nature, then we can say it is silty gravel, or if it is of clayey nature, we can say it is clayey gravel. Sorry, if the fines are below 4%, sorry, if the fines are greater than 12% and plasticity index is less than 4%, so from the A line chart we have to see that if the fines are less than 4%, if it is 4%, so this part comes for the silty fines. And so this only defines that the fines are of silty nature. So in that case the soil will be classified as, if the coarse part is gravel, so it will be defined as silty gravel or if the coarse part is sand, then it will be termed as sandy, uh, silty sand. Now another case will be if fines are greater than 12% and plasticity index is greater than 7%. In that case, it will be defined if it is gravel, so it will be GC, that is clayey gravel, or if it is sand, so it will be clayey sand. Now if the fines are between 4 to 7%, then again the dual symbols will be used. So in that case the dual symbols will be like GM, GC. So we have to show that both type of fines are present, that is silty also and clayey also. And if it is sand, then SM and SC. So this is the classification for coarse grained soils. Now for the fine grained soils. So for the fine grained soils, we find the liquid limit, plastic limit, and the plasticity index. So depending upon these, and then we see the A line also. So these vertical lines divide the part into three zones of compressibility. This is low compressibility here, this is intermediate compressibility, and this part is high compressibility. This is our A line, and here is the plasticity index, and this is the liquid limit. So this division is at 35%, and for this, for high, it is 50%. So from this, first we check the liquid limit and plasticity index, and we put those value in the equation of A line, that is IP is equal to 0.73 WL minus 20. And so from the IP value, if it is coming greater than 7%, here there will be one more part, this is 7%, 4%, and below this is all the silty part. So if the IP value is greater than 7%, it means that the that classification will lie above the A line. So if it is above the A line, then fines are of clayey nature, and then we can classify it as, if liquid limit is less than 35 and that IP is greater than 7, then it is termed as CL, that is clay of low compressibility. And similarly, if it is between 35 to 50, it is termed as CI, and greater than 50, it will be termed as CH. That was for if we found out that our sample is showing plasticity index greater than 7. If IP is less than 4%, then the soil will be termed as, if liquid limit is less than 35, then we have to see if it is of silty nature, or it can be of organic origin also. For organic origin, if the question comes, then there will be some other information which will help to decide that it is of organic nature. So if it is less than 35, so it can be termed as silt of low compressibility or organic soil of low compressibility. And similarly, between 35 to 50, it will be MI or OI, and similarly for greater than 50 it will be MH or OH. So for all the dual symbols where or dual symbols come, if the soil is lying near this 4 to 7% part, if the plasticity index is coming between 4 to 7, or if the fines are coming closer to the A line, or if they are coming closer to these compressibility lines, then we have to choose the dual symbols. So if it is coming near to this hatched part, so in that case the dual symbols will look like Cl and Ml because it will be of low compressibility. And similarly, if it is coming here near the A line, then it will be Ci, Mi, and in if it is coming in the higher compressibility region, so it can be termed as Ch, Mh. And if it is just coming near to this line and it is in silty part, so we can write it as Ml and Mi. It is between low compressibility and high intermediate compressibility, or Mi, Mh. Similarly, we can write for Cl, Ci, or Ci, Ch, or similarly for Ol, OH, this kind of classification. So this is it for the soil classification part.